Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm in Azure. Hope you all are doing good and safe wherever you are. So today I am here with an agenda to explain you self-hosted agents in Azure DevOps. Earlier in some of our video, we have discussed that there are two type of agents that you can use when you are building your CI/CD pipelines. One is Microsoft hosted one, and the other one is you can have a self-hosted one. So today we are going to explain that. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so in order to create that, first we need to have a virtual machine where we will be hosting our agent. It can be a VMSS, that is a virtual machine scale set, or a virtual machine too. So I'm going to start from the very basic one, like starting with creating a virtual machine, then creating, installing the host on the or installing the agent inside the virtual machine, and then configuring that in your Azure DevOps. Then we will create a sample CI/CD pipeline, and we will use that self-hosting agent. So let me start with creating the virtual machine. Yeah, so I am going to choose a resource group. I'm going to create a resource group directly. So which I want to call it as I am in Azure DevOps. I gave it as that, and then the virtual machine name I would call it as DevOps agent, or else let's name it specific as a self-hosted agent. Yeah, region, you can choose the nearest region. So I will choose somewhere around South India. Uh, then image, I'm going to choose virtual machine. Sorry, the Windows one. You can use Linux as well if you want. 64-bit is fine, and minimum size, I'm going to prefer let me check what all the sizes available, because you need to it need to be a bit faster. So I'm going to choose a D series virtual machine. So I am okay to use this one, a 2-core machine with 8 GB RAM, this one, and then select. And you have to give username and password. I know these things are a bit repeated, you already have done it, but for the people who are new to this, I'm just adding it. The inbound port, I'm opening 3389, which is so that I can RDP into the system. Leaving the rest of the things uh, to the default values. I'm not going to change them, so that whatever the needed uh, parameters, or else resources like the disk, network, subnets, NSJs all gets created automatically. Uh, so I'm going to create it. Yeah. So it started creating the virtual machine. As you see here, your NSG request, then VNet request, then an IP request. So these all are resources that will be associated with your virtual machines. This is your network interface. Yeah, we can give a minute or two. We will be able to see our virtual machine. So once we have the virtual machine, we can go into we can RDP into that, and then we can start installing the agent. So in order to do the installation part, what we can do is actually there is uh, when you go to your project settings, or else you can go to your organization and go to organization settings. Here you will see agent pools. Inside that, you will be able to see two pools already, which is an Azure one and the default one. You can go inside that. Right now I have configured this before, but I'm going to delete it, and we're gonna create a new one. I'm just showing you the steps. We are going to repeat the same steps inside our virtual machine also. When you go for a new agent, it will ask you to perform all these steps. If you are on Windows, you can download this agent, then you can run the configuration, then you can run the agent. Once you run that, you will be able to see the agent on your DevOps board. Similarly, for Mac OS, we have over here the steps that we're gonna perform, and for Linux also, we have some steps that you can always do. So I'm going to let's see if the virtual machine is ready. Yeah, we have the virtual machine ready. So I'm going to RDP into that. So I'm going to copy this IP address, then remote desktop, then username, password, the one that we have given while creating the virtual machine, we can use them. Here you go. Yeah, my virtual machine is up. Yes. Now what we're gonna do is first thing is we are supposed to log in into the DevOps, then download that agent, then configure that agent and run that agent. Then that agent we will be able to see it on the DevOps, and then we can use that in your CICD pipelines. So let's start with logging into the DevOps board. So that is dev.azure.com slash your organization name. Cloud. Yes. Oh, so these are some settings that we have to do in order to avoid this pop-up. So you can come here, then IE enhancement, you can turn it off, save it, and just close this, and just reopen your IE. If you want, you can install Edge or Chrome. That's not need right now, so I'm going with IE. So you can use your details over here. So once you log in, you can go to your organization. Then here you will see agent pools. You can choose a default, create new agent. Then you can just download this agent. I'm going to save it on downloads folder with the name agent, and let's save it. So it will take a minute to get downloaded. So once we have that, we can just do the rest of the things. In between, if you have any questions in the content that I am creating, please feel free to drop a message on the comment section. That will help me to to guide you or to help you out basically. And the other thing is, if you need any other content that you want me to create videos on, you can also add that in the comment section. I will definitely take out some time and create some videos on that too. So we are going to unzip this. So you can open this folder and you see this config file and the run file. These are basically the commands that helps you install the agent inside your machine. So once we have this completed, we will start it up. Okay, in the meantime, maybe I will try to explain something else. So actually, in order to start this, to use CI/CD pipeline, we have to have a repo, right? So I have created a repo, and in that I actually added one file, which is an basic ARM template, which will create an Azure policy, and that is policy definition and assignment. If you want to understand what is a policy, I have created a video for that. I will add a link in the description. You can definitely go and have a look on that, where I have explained what is a policy, how it helps, how to create policies, what are the basic steps that you can use. But right now, let me see, why is it not popping up? Okay, just taking a bit of time. This is because my VM that I have created is not enough to pull the things out. So um, something is wrong. Well, it is not showing up, but I will show it outside the virtual machine. So we have this repo here, sorry, the project that I have created, and inside that we have a repo, and I have created this file, which basically an ARM template, as I mentioned before. So we have two resources over here. One is policy definition and a policy assignment. Uh, we are going to scope it at a subscription level, and we have some set of parameters with the default values. I'm not going to use a parameter file. I'm just fine. The idea is to show you how the self-hosting agent works. So I'm not going to create a high-level ARM template CI/CD over here. So let me see where we stand on the. Okay, it's still taking time. Basically, once we create this agent, right, we can use this agent for the entire organization. There is no such limit, and if you think of creating a virtual machine with high-end configuration, even that is also an option. So I have files over here. Now I will just I will run those files. So I will use CMD for that. I will just go to this path, CD path, then I will run my CMD file. So it will basically ask you the server details, then configuration details, like the token details. So I will show you that. So it is asking for server URL, to which URL you want to configure this. So I'm going to use my organization URL. I think I missed to copy it. Oh, it's not being copied. Okay, there you go. And what type of authentication you want to use? I will use PAT only. That is, I will use a personal access token to use this. So I'm going to hit enter. Then it is asking for the token. So you can generate token. You can go to settings of your DevOps, then personal access token, and then you can create a new token for yourself. So I will call it as DevOps. Oh, go to agent. Sorry, not agent. Actually, I have to go to personal access token. New token. You can give any name, self-hosted key. Then your organization. Then I'm going to use full access and create. So this will create me a path which I can copy it. Allow copy, and then I can paste it here. Yeah, it connected to server. Then it is asking for which agent pool you want. So we are going to use the default one as we have seen it earlier. So when you go to agent pools, you have two things, right? One is Azure Pipeline and default. So we have selected the default one. Agent name, we can give a default one. If you want to add a new name, you can use that, or else a default is fine. Yeah, it started configuring that. We can wait for a minute. Now you can go to this one and agents. You will be able to see it here. Connecting to server. Yeah. So you say this, the agent is created here, and now we need to start this. So to start it, let me enter run agent for service. Yeah, we can run it over here, or else we can use that run command. So that is /run.cmd. So once you start this, you will be able to see your agent running here. Yeah, just a minute, connecting to server, listening to the jobs, and yeah, so your agent is running now. Now you can use this agent for your other things. So I will come out of my virtual machine. I will show you here. So now we are going to create a CI/CD pipeline. So let me start with a new pipeline. Then these things we have discussed already in our earlier videos. So instead of this, I will just go with this one. I mean, the classic portal that will be easy to configure. Definitely, you can use the YAML also. If you think that you want me to create some video on that, please feel free to drop a message or put a comment. I will definitely take a look on that. So here is where you will use your agent pool. So you have two options. One is Azure and the default one, which is a private one. So we are going to use that one. Agent pool, all good. And I'm going to add a task to this where we are going to deploy our policy, right? So let's go over here. And then at what scope you want to deploy it. As I mentioned before, my ARM template is configured in such a way that it will deploy it at subscription level. So my deployment scope will be a subscription, and connection string is something that I have explained you in my earlier video, how to create the service connection, all that. So I have that created already, one for me. And these all are things are we have discussed it in earlier videos. The idea is to use that agent, which we're gonna do it, and all good. Now template file, I'm going to use this one. Rest of the things all good. I'm going to save this, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to my repo. I'm going to do a bit of changes to my file here. So the policies that I'm going to create, I have given some names to them with the help of variables. Now I'm just going to change them. So instead of this, I will call it as KV. I have to edit it. KV purge protection enable policy definition. So this is the name that I'm going to give. And for my assignment, I will give it as assignment. So these things definitely you can add it as parameters, and you can create variables inside your CICD pipeline, and you can definitely use them. But for a demo purpose, I'm just editing over here. Now what I will do is I will go to my pipeline, and you will see your pipeline. This is the pipeline that we have created. Maybe I would have given a better name for this. So let's just edit that too. So KV deployment. Okay, I will call it as KV policy deployment. That will be good. And then save, and then queue. So we are going to take main branch, and then we are running it. Yeah, let's go to this agent job, and you see this one, the agent is this one and this one. Agent is running as Vinod, that's the name that we have given. And yeah, so these all are the things that are necessary for your host. And then you have your ARM template deployment started over here, that you can definitely look when you go to your deployment session in your Azure. Yeah, so the deployment is done, and we have things ready. So I will show you that in the portal now. Yeah, so go to policies and definition. I hope you are liking my content. I mean, just to help me out, please feel free. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop in the comments, and please share, like, and uh, subscribe to the channel, so that whenever I add a new video, you will get immediate notification. And please press that bell icon so that you will get notification. So this is the one that we have created, the policy with the ARM template, and again that to CICD pipeline, and this is the assignment. So that's how we build or how we use self-service self-hosted agent. Yeah, thanks for today, and thank you so much. Bye.